What's going on? It's your boy, Coach Paul, and I am here with the beginner's guide to peptides and research compounds. So, first off, before I dive too deep into this, we're going to talk about fat loss, recovery, healing, hormones, performance, a clear evidence focused resource for informed consumers, health minded coaches, and anyone seeking balanced, research based guidance on peptides and research compounds. Quick disclaimer though. First off, this guide is for education and research purposes only. It is not medical advice. I am not a doctor, not a prescription, and not a recommendation to use any compound. I am not recommended anything. This is for educational purposes only. Always speak with a licensed medical provider before using any medication, peptide, hormone, or research compound. By the way, A Better You Fitness is now the only gym in the East Bay area that can help set you up with a medical provider and help you get peptides and other valuable GLPs and compounds into your protocol. So if you're interested in knowing more about that, we are launching at the beginning of June, but we have a big kickoff call coming up. And if you're watching this after June, you already know the massive amount of changes we've created in people's lives with these compounds. Some compounds discussed here are FDA approved, and those are the ones we can get your hands on for specific medical conditions. Others are not approved for human use and may have limited safety data. So the FDA has specifically warned that some compounded peptide substances, including BPC 157 and TB 500, may present safety risks due to limited data, impurities, and immune-related concerns. So I'm not a doctor. I am not giving you medical advice. I am just educating anyone that watches this video, whether you're a member of A Better You Fitness, one of our clients, or you're just someone that wants to learn more about these peptides. I'm just here to give you some valuable information and to share my experience. All right, now, this video that you're watching right now is going to be on Watch the Video Here. So for those of you who have gotten this, downloaded this ebook, you can click right there where it says here, and you're going to watch this video. If you're watching this video right now, you already know. Let's keep moving. Okay, so first we're going to talk about fat loss and metabolic support, because let's be real, as a fitness coach that's helped hundreds of people completely transform their lives, lose body fat, and completely just get epic results. Fat loss and metabolic support is the thing that most people come to me for. So the first one I want to talk to you about is tirzepatide, right? This is the flagship, right? Think of it like a volume knob for hunger. It turns down appetite and helps your body handle sugar better. Your body has hormones called GLP-1 and GIP that tell your brain, hey, we're full. Tirzepatide copies both signals at the same time. So your brain gets double stop eating messages. It also slows down how fast food leaves your stomach, so you feel full longer. Known as Mounjaro or Zepbound, those are the name brand versions. It is FDA approved, works on 2 hunger and sugar receptors at once. So tirzepatide is actually the first fat loss and metabolic GLP peptide that I've actually seen people get significant results. This is one that I have not tried or used myself, but this is part of the reason why I dove into the peptide space, is because I was seeing a lot of friends, family members, and even some of my clients utilizing this to get amazing results. And this is one of the peptides that A Better You Fitness can now help you get your hands on. So if you like a doctor-prescribed tirzepatide and a coach, as well as a program that can help you reset goals, reach out to me. So basically, it helps people eat less, feel full sooner, and then keep their blood sugar steadier. So the category here, this is a fat loss glucose control peptide. It's a dual agonist, meaning it's hitting multiple receptors, and it's targeting your GLP-1 and GIP. Just a little history with the GLP-1, things like Ozempic was one of the first ones that was coming out. And honestly, a lot of people are having issues with the Ozempic. It is a semaglutide. I actually used semaglutide a few years ago, and I lost 14 pounds in 8 weeks, and 8 of those pounds were muscle. So I lost more muscle, even as a fitness coach, eating my protein, eating my carbs, hitting my strength training sessions. I was doing everything I was supposed to do. I still lost more muscle on that. But the GLP-2, as they're calling it, the tirzepatide, is helping people maintain their muscle while losing fat. But the one that I used for my weight loss journey, I lost 40 pounds in 70 days, was retatrutide. So this is a triple threat. like tirzepatide, but it hits 3 receptors instead of 2. The third receptor is called glucagon receptor. Glucagon normally tells your body to burn stored energy. So retatrutide does not just turn down hunger, it also tells your body to burn more fuel. That is why it showed bigger results in early trials than tirzepatide. But bigger results also means bigger responsibilities. It is still in clinical trials. It is not approved yet. Once again, this is not medical advice, but this is the peptide that helped me lose 40 pounds in about 70 days. I lost mainly body fat, not muscle mass like I did when I did semaglutide, and I've had amazing results on it. It's not FDA approved. A Better You Fitness cannot officially help you get your hands on it or get a doctor to prescribe you, but there's other places that you could find it. Next, we got MOTS-c, right? This is your mitochondria helper. So first off, your mitochondria are like tiny batteries inside your cells. MOTS-c help those batteries work better, which may help your body use energy more efficiently. Mitochondria are in almost every cell in your body. When they work well, your body gets better at switching between burning carbs and burning fats. MOTS-c may help with that switch. It also seems to help cells handle stress better. Like when you're exercising hard or eating in a calorie deficit. It is being studied for both fat loss and healthy aging. This is part of my current stack, and I'm loving the results we're seeing so far. 5-amino-1-MQ. This is the stubborn fat helper. It targets an enzyme called NMMT. Think of NMMT as a brake pedal on your metabolism. When NMMT is too active, your body stores more fat and burns less. 5-amino-1-MQ may help release that brake. It may also help with stubborn fat, but only if your diet is already solid. I want to just point this out real quick before we go too far into this. If you're not eating right, if you're not exercising, stabbing yourself, poking yourself, using these things that I'm not suggesting you use, but if you use them and you are not exercising and taking care of your health the right way, you're just going to go back to those unhealthy habits. So make sure you're incorporating fitness and nutrition into what you're doing. 5-amino is not a stimulant. It does not make you feel wired. It works quietly on the cellular level. But again, if your diet is bad, this will not save you. You're going to hear me say this over and over throughout this entire training because at the end of the day, that's the priority. Then we got NAD+. This is your cell charger. Plug those cell phones in. No, I'm just kidding. Not a fat loss peptide, but it helps your cells make energy and repair themselves. NAD+ is involved in over 500 different reactions in your body. It helps your cells turn food into usable energy. It also activates proteins called sirtuins, which are linked to longevity and DNA repair. Levels drop as you age, sometimes by half by the time you're 50. A lot of our clients that we work with, they are up there over 40 or 50 years old. That's why it is popular in anti-aging and wellness circles. It is often taken as a supplement, usually as NMN or NR, or given as an IV infusion. NAD+ is also one of the peptides we are able to get through our teaming up with our medical care team that we've teamed up with at A Better You Fitness. Quick note, these are all research compounds. Always work with a medical provider. Personally, I would highly suggest it. And if you need help getting to that provider, let me know. All right. Now let's talk about the healing and recovery peptides. Now, this is super important because this is actually the very first peptide I ever utilized. And I really want to dive deep into this section with you guys because this is so important, right? Because the peptides, everyone thinks, oh, peptides, you're just trying to lose weight. You're just trying to get skinny, like blah, 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 blah. Nah, a lot of people are using peptides because they want to get out of pain, okay? Like me. So BPC-157, this is the targeted healer. BPC-157 stands for Body Protection Compound 157. Think of it like sending a repair crew to one specific spot. That spot could be a sore tendon, an irritated gut, or a damaged ligament. Your body actually makes a similar helper in the stomach or in the stomach area to protect the gut lining. In research, BPC-157 has been shown to help grow new blood vessels. That matters because blood carries oxygen, nutrients, and repair signals. It has also been studied for tendon injuries, ligament damage, gut problems like leaky gut and IBS, and even nerve repair. Most of the research is in animals, not humans yet, but it's not FDA approved. Okay, so the FDA has specifically flagged compounded BPC-157 for safety concerns. Another one is the TB500. This is your full body repair signal. TB500 is a synthetic version of protein called thymosin beta 4, which your body naturally makes when tissue gets hurt. Think of it like your body's emergency broadcast signal. When something is damaged, that signal tells your cells to come help and start repair. TB500 copies that message. It helps cells move toward the injury, lowers inflammation, and supports rebuilding muscle and connective tissue. Because it travels through the bloodstream, it can reach injuries all over the body, not just one spot. It is also not FDA approved. Now, conspiracy theorists, both of these actually get your body to heal themselves, which mean if your body can heal itself, you probably don't need surgeries and medications and pills and blah, 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 all the stuff that Big Pharma is pushing to you. Just my theory on this. Then we got the Wolverine stack, and this is what I started with. This is the very first blended compound that I ever used in my peptide journey. I was dealing with a very serious tear in my right shoulder, something going on with my rotator cuff. I was also dealing with an issue in my knee. My whole right side was pretty much screwed. I couldn't lift heavy in the gym like I wanted to. I was frustrated. I was discouraged. I was still going to the gym because I'm a psycho and I have to make it happen, but I was very limited on what I could do. And I added the Wolverine stack. That's your BPC 157 and your TB 500 combined. Named after the Marvel character who heals fast, Wolverine, baby. The reason people combine them is simple. They work differently. BPC 157 is better at the local repair job, and it's like the specialist sent to fix one specific thing. TB 500 is better at the big picture recovery. It is like the general contractor managing the whole project. Together, they cover both angles. But here's the honest truth. These compounds are not a replacement for physical therapy, proper sleep, enough protein, and smart training. They are a potential support tool, not a shortcut. So for me, I was dealing with these injuries, but I was eating my protein. I was getting my sleep. I was doing my PT exercises to fix my shoulder and fix my knee and babying it on certain movements when it bothered. And the reality of it is, I remember since December, and right now when I'm recording this video, it's mid-May. And since December, man, I couldn't do more than 50 pounds on the incline chest press. And like during my bodybuilding prep in 2025, when I was really pushing weight, like I got up to 110s on the flat. I think I got up to the hundreds on the incline chest press. And in December, when I hurt myself, I wasn't able to get past the 50s. Even at the 50s, still felt some tension. And now I'm pushing up the 80s. We're almost going to get to the 90s again soon. No pain, no issue, really pushing it. So this one really helped me out, right? So quick reminder, your BPC 157, it targets one sore spot like a tendon, ligament, or gut issue. It may help build new blood vessels so healing supplies can get there. TB 500 acts more like a whole body repair signal for muscles and soft tissue. It helps cells move the damage and start rebuilding. And then the Wolverine stack is that combination, uses both of them together, one for the problem spot, one for the broader recovery. People hope this covers local repair and whole body repair at the same time. So this was a game changer for me. I can't say enough. And once again, neither compound is FDA approved. Safety data is limited. Always involve a licensed medical provider. And yes, with our medical team, we can now get you the BPC 157 because although it's not FDA approved, when they add a certain compound into it and recompound it and make it a little different, we're able to get it for people. All right, now let's talk about inflammation, skin, gut, and recovery support. Okay, so 3 peptides often talk about for repair and calming inflammation. Number 1 is GHKCU. This is the skin and repair peptide. It is a copper peptide your body naturally makes. It is found in blood, saliva, and urine. As you get older, your body makes less of it. Think of it like a repair note that tells your skin and tissues to rebuild. Why it works. GHKCU carries copper to the cells that need it. Copper helps your body make collagen. Collagen is like the scaffolding that keeps skin firm, helps wounds close, and supports joints and connective tissue. A lot of us like to call this the beauty peptide. What it does in the body, it may support collagen production skin elasticity, wound healing, hair follicle health, and calming of inflammation. It is one of the more researched peptides and is even used in some skincare products. So yes, most people use it in an injectable form. You can also use it in a skincare form for your face, your hair. I used the one that we're going to talk about a little bit below here for repair, and people started telling me, Coach Paul, you're looking younger. I know this shit works to help you look younger for sure. Then we got KPV. This is the calm down peptide. Yeah, I probably need more calm down peptides in my life, right? KPV is a tiny peptide made of just 3 amino acids. Real quick, before I go too far into this, all peptides are made from amino acids, just a string of amino acids. They are all naturally forced, and they all tell our bodies what to do. They're not any external thing. It's literally sending to a receptor in your body and telling your body to do something specific, okay? So it comes from a hormone called alpha MSH. Think of it like a helper that tells your immune system to lower the volume. Why it works. Inflammation is like a fire alarm. It is useful when there is danger, but not when it keeps blaring for no reason. KPV may help turn down that alarm so the body does not stay stuck in red alert mode. What it does in the body, it is being studied for gut inflammation, skin irritation, and immune calming. The idea is simple. Less alarm, less irritation, less damage from chronic inflammation. I'm in a bunch of different groups and conversations with people that are utilizing these peps in their life. And there's a few people in there have family members that have things like lupus that really cause an extreme level of inflammation. And they've actually able to get over their issues. You can't get rid of those things, but you're able to live a healthier and happier life without damage or having that excess inflammation. Absolutely amazing. Right now I'm using the Wolverine stack and the KPV because I have an injury to my foot, and it's healing a lot faster than you'd expect it to. Then we got the Clo blend. Now the Clo blend combines them, right? So the Clo blend actually has the GHKCU plus the KPV together, and it has the Wolverine stack in it also, right? So it has all four. It looks like I forgot to put the Wolverine on here, but it has all four. This blend combines repair and calm in one. GHKCU is the builder. KPV is the peacekeeper. One helps fix the damage. The other one helps quiet the inflammation so the repair team can work better. Why it works. When tissues are inflamed, healing is harder. Simple. When the area is calmer, the body can focus more on rebuilding. That is why people pair them together. Once again, with the Wolverine stack is with that blend. I didn't type it in here, but before I give you guys this booklet, I will definitely have that typed in there. So on the video, you ain't going to see it, but when you look at the booklet, you will. What it does in a body. People use Clo for skin health, gut recovery, post-injury inflammation, and overall tissue repair. The goal is to support both sides of healing at once, less irritation and more rebuilding. I've definitely went through a couple cycles of Clo. Because I have this current injury, I've upped my dose of Wolverine and KPV, so I'm doing those separately at this time to recover faster so I can get back to what I'm doing. Once again, I'm going to keep reminding you guys, these are research compounds, not FDA approved. Always work with a medical provider. This is not medical advice. All right, we got the growth hormone support peptides. So your body has a gland in your brain called the pituitary gland. Think of it like a factory that makes growth hormone, GH. You recover. Okay, GH helps you recover from workouts, sleep deeply, burn fat, and build muscle. When you're young, the factory runs at full speed. As you get older, it slows down, especially once we hit 30, then we hit 40, we hit 50. It really starts to slow down. So these peptides are like sending a message to the factory saying, hey, make more. They do not give you GH directly. They just ask your body to produce more on its own. So there's a few we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about 5 of them right now. Okay, so first off, we got Sermorelin. This is the natural nudge. Sermorelin copies a signal in your brain already making GHRH, short for growth hormone releasing hormone. Think of GHRH as the start production button on the GH factory. Sermorelin pushes that button. Why it works is because it tells your pituitary gland to make its own growth hormone. It uses your body's normal system. That means your body still stays in charge of how much GH gets made. It does not force your body to make too much. What it actually does in your body is it may support recovery after exercise, better sleep quality, fat metabolism, and lean muscle support. It is one of the most studied and well understood GH peptides. Then we got tesamorelin. This is the FDA approved one. This is one that is FDA approved. Once again, you have to get it from a medical provider. Let me know if you want more information on that one. Tesamorelin works a lot like sermorelin. It also mimics GHRH, but it has a modified structure which makes it more stable and longer lasting in the body. Why it works is because it stays active longer. It can keep sending the GH signal for more time. It still works through the pituitary gland, so you help your body release its own GH, instead of giving GH directly. What it's actually doing in the body is the only GH releasing peptide with real FDA approval. That approval is very specific. It is approved only for reducing excess belly fat in people with HIV-associated lipodystrophy. It is not approved for general weight loss or body composition or any other use in off-label and needs a doctor. I started with sermorelin. That was the first GH activator that I utilized. Then I moved on to tesamorelin. I saw some great results with that one. And then I moved on to the one we're going to talk about next, which is the CJC 1295. Actually, it was the combination that we're going to talk about down here, number 5. So CJC 1295, this is a long-lasting signal. CJC 1295 also works through the GHRH pathway, same as sermorelin. The big difference is how long it stays active. Sermorelin breaks down quickly. CJC 1295 has been changed so it lasts much longer in the body. Here's why it works. Think of sermorelin like a quick tap to make the GH button. CJC 1295 is more like holding the button down longer. That can lead to steadier GH signal over time. What it actually does in the body is it may support recovery, sleep, fat metabolism, and lean mass. People often like it because it gives more sustained GH release patterns than short-acting options. Ipamorelin is the selective trigger. Ipamorelin works through a different pathway than CJC 1295. Instead of the GHRH receptor, it uses the ghrelin receptor, also called GHSR. Ghrelin is sometimes called the hunger hormone, but it also helps trigger GH release. Okay, so this is the hormone that tells you that you're hungry. Why it works. Ipamorelin copies ghrelin's GH signal without strongly acting like a hunger switch. It is known for being selective, meaning it mainly triggers GH without changing cortisol or other hormones very much. What it actually does in your body is it mainly tells your pituitary gland to release GH. That is why it is popular. It is focused. It does one job, and it tries to do that job without a lot of extra hormone noise. Now, a lot of times, they stack together. This is a very popular combo, the CJC 1295 and ipamorelin stack. This is a popular combo. These two are often used together because they hit GH release from two different angles. CJC 1295 keeps the GHRH signal going. Ipamorelin pulls a separate trigger through the ghrelin pathway. Why it works is that it's like having two helpers at the same time at the same factory door. One holds the make GH button longer. The other one gives a separate push. Together, they may create a stronger and more sustained GH pulse than either one alone. What it's actually doing in your body is this stack may support recovery, sleep, fat metabolism, lean mass, and it's still not the same as taking HGH directly. Your body still controls the final output. So my journey is I started with the sermorelin, moved to the tesamorelin, and then I moved straight to the CJC 1295 and ipamorelin stack. I really liked that stack. I feel like I got really good sleep on it, really good recovery, didn't wake up as sore, and it was a great stack, honestly. None of these, except tesamorelin, is specified FDA-approved use or FDA-approved. Always involve a medical provider. All right, now let's talk about some muscle building and advanced compounds. If you're not lifting weights and you don't have your nutrition dialed in, you don't need none of these. Stay away from these because you're just wasting money and time. But if you're lifting continuously, if you've lost body fat and now you want to build more lean muscle and look a lot better in your clothes or in your bathing suit, these are a game changer. So these are the most advanced compounds in this guide. They are not for beginners. They need medical supervision, blood work, and real understanding of the risks. So we got IGF-1 or IGF-1 LR3. This is the growth signal. IGF-1 stands for insulin-like growth factor 1. It is the strong growth signal in the body. Here's the simple chain. GH tells the liver what to do. The liver makes IGF-1, and IGF-1 does the building work. Why it works? IGF-1 is like the foreman at a construction site. GH gives the order, and IGF-1 helps carry it out. It tells muscle cells to grow, helps tissue repair, and helps your body use nutrients in a smart way. Here's what it actually does in your body. It helps send amino acids and other nutrients where they're needed. It supports muscle growth, tissue repair, and recovery, and is one of the most powerful anabolic signals in the body. IGF-1 LR3 is a modified version. The LR3 change helps it stay active much longer in the body. Regular IGF-1 is cleared fast. LR3 lasts far longer, so the signal keeps going. And here's why it works. Longer activity means a stronger and longer push, but that also means more room for trouble. It can affect blood sugar, and too much can push growth in the wrong places. What it actually does in your body is it can drive stronger growth signals, but the line between helpful and too much is narrow. That is why it is an advanced and risky and is not FDA approved for general use. Now, I did implement this into my life as well. You know, the reality of it is everything we're talking about, I've implemented at some point into my life. I've cycled on, cycled off, tested things. And throughout the entire process of me utilizing these peptides and learning more about them and becoming more educated, I've been running blood work, doing my blood sugar, my blood pressure, my weight, my body fat percent, like pictures. I'm monitoring everything, how I feel. Everything's being monitored as I'm using all of these things so I can have the best experience and the best knowledge possible to support as many people as I possibly can. And this is why utilizing this for my own life and then implementing this into a Better You Fitness and into our coaching system is just the next move, honestly, because we're going to be able to help so many people do things that they're not able to do on their own through fitness and nutrition, but also people that are utilizing these compounds and they're not adding that fitness and nutrition component, because that fitness and nutrition component is an absolute game changer and a necessity. Next up, we got HGH. This is human growth hormone. This is the real thing. Here's the big difference. GH peptides like CJC 1295 or ipamorelin ask your body to make more GH. HGH gives your body GH directly. It's it's the real deal, the whole thing. Here's why it works. HGH skips the request step. It goes straight into the system, like handing the factory the finished product instead of asking it to make more. What it actually does in your body gets GH even if it did not ask for it. That can raise GH levels fast, but it also bypasses your normal control system. Over time, your pituitary can become less active because it's not being used as much. Normally, your brain helps keep GH in balance. It checks the levels and tells the pituitary when to slow down. With HGH, that feedback loop is ignored. Here's why it works. It's powerful because it replaces the signal directly. But that can also make it more like a medical treatment than a wellness tool. It is not gentle, it is direct. What it actually does in your body is it can increase growth-related effects, but it also raises the risk of side effects like joint pain, fluid retention, carpal tunnel syndrome, elevated blood sugar, and in serious cases, abnormal tissue or organ growth. HGH is a controlled substance. It requires a real medical diagnosis, such as growth hormone deficiency, and a prescription. It is not a shortcut. It is a serious medical intervention. So, the GH peptides ask your body to make GH. Your body still controls the amount. CJC 1295 ipamorelin, sermorelin. This is on the research status, right? Then we got exogenous HGH. It gives your GH directly, bypasses your body. HGH is considered a controlled substance or a prescription. These are not beginner compounds. Medical supervision, blood work, and a thorough understanding of risks are non-negotiable. Remember, this is not medical advice. This is just educational advice. Here's a quick Coach Paul note. This is advanced. This is not beginner fat loss stuff. If someone treats IGF or HGH like a casual wellness tool, they are playing with fire. All right. My bad. All right. So here's your reminder. Told you I was going to tell you multiple times. Peptides are tools, not magic. Peptides can help. They are not magic. They can support fat loss, healing, recovery, performance, but they do not do the hard part for you. You got to get your ass in the gym, okay? They work best when the basics are already in place. Training, keep showing up, do the work, get a little bit better over time. Food, even on those weight loss ones, you need to eat. Eat well. If your food is a mess, nothing else will fix it. Protein, your body needs enough protein to build and keep muscle. Make sure you're consuming that protein consistently. Sleep. Sleep is when your body does a lot of its repair work. Make sure you're getting that sleep. Blood work. Check what is going on in your body. Guessing is not a plan. If you would like some information on how I get my blood work done from home, send me a message and I will send you the link to get you $20 off your first blood test and give you some valuable information on that one. Doctors, use real doctors. Do not try to figure this out alone. Here's the thing. You can use a real doctor. I'm not saying don't, I'm not saying do, but like make sure your doctor's legitimate. Make sure your only doctors, I don't go to the doctor often personally, but the doctors that I go talk to and the conversations I have with doctors, and they know what they're talking about. They're not just some fat pill pusher. All right. So be cautious of the doctors you talk to. But once again, currently now at A Better You Fitness, we can now set you up with a medical provider, with a team a care team that has a physician on staff that can help you out. So reach out if you want more questions on that. If you want to be connected to a doctor that can support you in your journey. Final message: peptides may help, but they do not replace sleep, food, training, or medical care. Build the basics first. Once again, this is for learning only. No, not medical advice. Always talk to a licensed doctor before using any peptides, hormone, or a research compound. All right, so that ends this video. My goal is to get it under 30 minutes. We're like a minute and a half over. So I'm going to end this with that. I hope you found a lot of value in what we talked about today. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. You know where I'm at. If you've gotten this from me, you can find me on Instagram. Maybe you're one of our members at our gym and you've got my phone number, whatever it is, reach out to me. And if someone sent this to you, you could follow me at _coach_Paul, _coach_Paul. I'm going to put it somewhere in this booklet as well so that you can follow me there. And if you have any questions along the way, just reach out. Peace, love, and protein.